Hello good people, it's always good to look after your well-being. Everyone is here doing their thing. I come here every Saturday to exercise in the open space to stay healthy. After a whole week of sitting down in the office. Okay, we are going to Italy this week and hopefully we can visit up to 5 cities. I'm actually looking forward to this. However, before I forget, I need to go to Postal Warehouse to collect a package for my wife. Guys, you won't even believe this. I can't find the address of the warehouse. I have been wandering up and down the street. Google search is coming handy at the moment. My wife won't believe I got lost looking for the place. Oh no.
Mrs. Patty, wow, I'm so happy to hear you will be visiting my country next week. Let me tell you now, you need to visit Milan, Sicily, Rome, Venice, and Palermo. If possible Vatican City. You know how much I love my country. I believe when you come back tell me your experience. Have a safe journey.
Italy, officially the Italian Republic, is a country consisting of a peninsula delimited by the Alps and several islands surrounding it. Italy is located in south-central Europe, and is considered part of Western Europe. A unitary parliamentary republic with Rome as its capital, the country covers a total area of 301,340 square kilometers and shares land borders with France, Switzerland, Austria, Slovenia, and the enclaved microstates of Vatican City and San Marino. Italy has a territorial enclave in Switzerland, Campione, and a maritime exclave in Tunisian waters, Lampedusa. With around 60 million inhabitants, Italy is the third most populous member state of the European Union. Due to its central geographic location in southern Europe and the Mediterranean, Italy has historically been home to myriad peoples and cultures. In addition to the various ancient peoples dispersed throughout what is now modern-day Italy, the most predominant being the Indo-European Italic peoples who gave the peninsula its name, beginning from the Classical era, Phoenicians and Carthaginians founded colonies mostly in insular Italy, Greeks established settlements in the so-called Magna Graecia of southern Italy, while Etruscans and Celts inhabited central and northern Italy respectively. An Italic tribe known as the Latins formed the Roman kingdom in the 8th century BC, which eventually became a republic with a government of the Senate and the people. The Roman Republic initially conquered and assimilated its neighbors on the Italian peninsula, eventually expanding and conquering parts of Europe, North Africa, and Asia.
The birth of the Kingdom of Italy was the result of efforts by Italian nationalists and monarchists loyal to the House of Savoy to establish a united kingdom encompassing the entire Italian peninsula. Following the Congress of Vienna in 1815, the political and social Italian unification movement, or Risorgimento, emerged to unite Italy, consolidating the different states of the peninsula and liberate it from foreign control. A prominent radical figure was the patriotic journalist Giuseppe Mazzini, member of the secret revolutionary society Carbonari and founder of the influential political movement Young Italy in the early 1830s, who favored a unitary republic and advocated a broad nationalist movement. His prolific output of propaganda helped the unification movement stay active. Animated map of the Italian unification from 1829 to 1871. The most famous member of Young Italy was the revolutionary and General Giuseppe Garibaldi, renowned for his extremely loyal followers, who led the Italian Republican drive for unification in southern Italy. However, the northern Italy monarchy of the House of Savoy and the Kingdom of Sardinia, whose government was led by Camillo Benso, Count of Cavour, also had ambitions of establishing a united Italian state. In the context of the 1848 liberal revolutions that swept through Europe, an unsuccessful First War of Independence was declared on Austria. In 1855, the Kingdom of Sardinia became an ally of Britain and France in the Crimean War, giving Cavour's diplomacy legitimacy in the eyes of the great powers. The Kingdom of Sardinia again attacked the Austrian Empire in the Second Italian War of Independence of 1859, with the aid of France, resulting in liberating Lombardy. In 1860 to 1861, Garibaldi led the drive for unification in Naples and Sicily, the Expedition of the Thousand, while the House of Savoy troops occupied the central territories of the Italian peninsula, except Rome and part of Papal States. Tino was the site of the famous meeting of October 26, 1860 between Giuseppe Garibaldi and Victor Emmanuel II, last king of Sardinia, in which Garibaldi shook Victor Emmanuel's hand and hailed him as King of Italy. Thus, Garibaldi sacrificed republican hopes for the sake of Italian unity under a monarchy. Cavour agreed to include Garibaldi's southern Italy, allowing it to join the union with the Kingdom of Sardinia in 1860. This allowed the Sardinian government to declare a united Italian kingdom on March 17, 1861. Victor Emmanuel II then became the first king of a united Italy, and the capital was moved from Turin to Florence. In 1866, Victor Emmanuel II allied with Prussia during the Austro-Prussian War, waging the Third Italian War of Independence, which allowed Italy to annex Venetia. Finally, in 1870, as France abandoned its garrisons in Rome during the disastrous Franco-Prussian War to keep the large Prussian army at bay, the Italians rushed to fill the power gap by taking over the Papal States. Italian unification was completed, and shortly afterwards Italy's capital was moved to Rome. Milan Cathedral is the cathedral church of Milan, Lombardy, Italy. Dedicated to the Nativity of Saint Mary, Santa Maria Nascente, it is the seat of the Archbishop of Milan, currently Archbishop Mario Delpini. The cathedral took nearly 6 centuries to complete. Construction began in 1386, and the final details were completed in 1965. It is the largest church in Italy. The larger St. Peter's Basilica is in the state of Vatican City, a sovereign nation, and the second largest in Europe and the fourth largest in the world. Capacity 40,000, length is 158.6 meters, width 92 meters, height 108 meters, number of spires 135. Spire height 108.5 meters. The Colosseum is an oval amphitheater in the center of the city of Rome, Italy, just east of the Roman Forum, and is the largest ancient amphitheater ever built, and is still the largest standing amphitheater in the world today, despite its age. Construction began under the Emperor Vespasian, and was completed in AD 80 under his successor and heir, Titus. Further modifications were made during the reign of Domitian. The 3 emperors that were patrons of the work are known as the Flavian dynasty, and the amphitheater was named the Flavian Amphitheater by later classicists and archaeologists for its association with their family name, Flavius. The Colosseum is built of travertine limestone, tough volcanic rock, and brick-faced concrete. The Colosseum could hold an estimated 50,000 to 80,000 spectators at various points of its history over the centuries, having an average audience of some 65,000. It was used for gladiatorial contests and public spectacles such as mock sea battles, for only a short time, as the hypogeum was soon filled in with mechanisms to support the other activities, animal hunts, executions, reenactments of famous battles, and dramas based on Roman mythology. The building ceased to be used for entertainment in the early medieval era. It was later reused for such purposes as housing, workshops, quarters for a religious order, a fortress, a quarry, and a Christian shrine. Citation needed. Although substantially ruined because of earthquakes and stone robbers for spolia, the Colosseum is still an iconic symbol of Imperial Rome and was listed as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. It is one of Rome's most popular tourist attractions, and also has links to the Roman Catholic Church, as each Good Friday the Pope leads a torchlit Way of the Cross procession that starts in the area around the Colosseum. In 2017, the proportion of Italians who identified themselves as Roman Catholic Christians was 74.4%. Since 1985, Roman Catholicism is no longer officially the state religion. Italy has the 5th world's largest Roman Catholic population, and the largest Catholic nation in Europe. The Holy See, the episcopal jurisdiction of Rome, contains the central government of the Roman Catholic Church. It is recognized by other subjects of international law as a sovereign entity, headed by the Pope, who is also the Bishop of Rome, with which diplomatic relations can be maintained. Often incorrectly referred to as the Vatican, the Holy See is not the same entity as the Vatican City-State, clarification needed, which came into existence only in 1929. In 2011, minority Christian faiths in Italy included an estimated 1.5 million Orthodox Christians, or 2.5% of the population. After its quick industrial growth, Italy took a long time to confront its environmental problems. After several improvements, it now ranks 84th in the world for ecological sustainability. National parks cover about 5% of the country. In the last decade, Italy has become one of the world's leading producers of renewable energy, ranking as the world's fourth largest holder of installed solar energy capacity, and the sixth largest holder of wind power capacity in 2010. Renewable energies now make up about 12% of the total primary and final energy consumption in Italy, with a future target share set at 17% for the year 2020. However, air pollution remains a severe problem, especially in the Industrial East North, reaching the 10th highest level worldwide of industrial carbon dioxide emissions in the 1990s. Italy is the 12th largest carbon dioxide producer. Extensive traffic and congestion in the largest metropolitan areas continue to cause severe environmental and health issues, even if smog levels have decreased dramatically since the 1970s and 1980s, and the presence of smog is becoming an increasingly rarer phenomenon and levels of sulfur dioxide are decreasing. Gran Paradiso, established in 1922, is the oldest Italian national park. Many watercourses and coastal stretches have also been contaminated by industrial and agricultural activity, while because of rising water levels, Venice has been regularly flooded throughout recent years. Italy is a founding member of the European Economic Community, EEC, now the European Union, EU, and of NATO. Italy was admitted to the United Nations in 1955, and it is a member and a strong supporter of a wide number of international organizations, such as the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade/World Trade Organization, GATT/WTO, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, OSCE, the Council of Europe, and the Central European Initiative. Its recent or upcoming turns in the rotating presidency of international organizations include the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe in 2018, the G7 in 2017, and the EU Council from July to December 2014. Italy is also a recurrent non-permanent member of the UN Security Council, the most recently in 2017. Italy strongly supports multilateral international politics, endorsing the United Nations and its international security activities. As of 2013, Italy was deploying 5,296 troops abroad, engaged in 33 UN and NATO missions in 25 countries of the world. Italy deployed troops in support of UN peacekeeping missions in Somalia, Mozambique, and East Timor, and provides support for NATO and UN operations in Bosnia, Kosovo, and Albania. Italy deployed over 2,000 troops in Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, OEF, from February 2003. Italy supported international efforts to reconstruct and stabilize Iraq, but it had withdrawn its military contingent of some 3,200 troops by 2006, maintaining only humanitarian operators and other civilian personnel. In August 2006, Italy deployed about 2,450 troops in Lebanon for the United Nations peacekeeping mission UNIFIL. Venice is a city in northeastern Italy and the capital of the Veneto region. It is on a group of 118 small islands that are separated by canals and linked by over 400 bridges. The islands are in the shallow Venetian lagoon, an enclosed bay lying between the mouths of the Po and the Piave rivers. In 2018, 260,897 people resided in the Commune di Venezia, of whom around 55,000 live in the historical city of Venice. Together with Padua and Treviso, the city is included in the Padua-Treviso-Venice metropolitan area, PATREV, which is considered a statistical metropolitan area, with a total population of 2.6 million. The name is derived from the ancient Veneti people who inhabited the region by the 10th century BC. The city was historically the capital of the Republic of Venice for a millennium and more, from 697 to 1797. It was a major financial and maritime power during the Middle Ages and Renaissance, and a staging area for the Crusades and the Battle of Lepanto, as well as an important center of commerce, especially silk, grain, and spice, and of art from the 13th century to the end of the 17th. The city-state of Venice is considered to have been the first real international financial center, emerging in the 9th century and reaching its greatest prominence in the 14th century. This made Venice a wealthy city throughout most of its history. After the Napoleonic Wars and the Congress of Vienna, the Republic was annexed by the Austrian Empire, until it became part of the Kingdom of Italy in 1866, following a referendum held as a result of the Third Italian War of Independence. Venice has been known as La Dominante, La Serenissima, Queen of the Adriatic, City of Water, City of Masks, City of Bridges, the Floating City, and City of Canals. The lagoon and a part of the city are listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Parts of Venice are renowned for the beauty of their settings, their architecture, and artwork. Although the city is facing some challenges, including an excessive number of tourists and problems caused by pollution, tide peaks, and cruise ships sailing too close to buildings, Venice remains a very popular tourist destination, a major cultural center, and has been ranked many times the most beautiful city in the world. It has been described by the Times Online as one of Europe's most romantic cities, and by the New York Times as undoubtedly the most beautiful city built by man.
Perlo, on behalf of my family, we say thank you so much. We can't express how much we love Venice and Milan. It's been a wonderful experience. Thank you, we will see you again at some point. Guys, come and see the outside view. Italy is remarkable, this experience will linger in our memory. Friends, we have come to the end of this episode and we thank you for being part of our journey. Please like, subscribe and put your comment in. See you in the next one. Bye.